Yo, yo, watch list going into Tuesday, this time, May 28th, coming off of Memorial Day long weekend for you guys down in the States. I was actually down in the States this weekend, hanging out with some traders that I have met the last couple of years at Traders for a Cause. And we did a little boys' weekend, golf trip, some nice dinners, that sort of thing. Hung out down in Malibu, California, and all around had a great time. But I'm back at the desk here tomorrow, so looking to get after it now. Um, we'll start off here with lidar. DAS is for some reason with this day off is kind of glitching out. It doesn't have proper data on the charts, so I'll do my best here with TradingView. I don't usually use this. So we'll start off with lidar. You've got this kind of transitional day. Volume drops off, and you want to see if it's going to consolidate and kind of prove itself, or if it's just going to trickle off. Let it push, pull, consolidate, and then pick its direction. Earnings came out, and the reaction to it was bullish, and then you get another higher low versus the prior lows. And then you get this little bounce, and you get another higher low off this low. So far, I'm leaning towards the bullish side on this thing. Nice consolidation here throughout the latter half of the day on Friday. And we've got this kind of ABCD setup starting to build here, where you got these higher lows and these lower highs. So big picture, if this thing has weak opens, I think big picture to keep yourself in the trade is a 260 risk. And then if this thing starts to build over $4, I think 450 comes pretty quick. This is the first time it's held up into close. So this thing looks pretty bullish here to me. I'm going to be looking for dips to join this trend for a big picture trade. Peggy, I had a swing on this, and I had made some profit and sold some for a loss. Overall red on it. I had, here we go. We got this big multi-day run with FFIE sympathy, and FFIE's been fading, but Peggy's been holding up. So I figured this thing had some shorts trapped, and it kind of held up, and then you get this gap up over this prior 16 range, and dips start holding versus that level, and this 22 cent was the big picture breakout. So I was joining this one. Right here, we got this pullback higher low, and I started buying right through here, through the 18s. And I sold half into 22s, and then right around here was when I was getting on the plane. So I wasn't on my desk for this one, and I landed right around here. But this thing was still holding that 20 cent looking left level. So right before close, oops. So right before close here, these higher lows were still trending, so I had put some on here in the 21s, and I moved my risk up to 19, and I had about a 20-something average. And unfortunately, we got a gap down, no gap up continuation. But after hours here on Friday, they put out a press release, and this thing spiked up into the 23, 24s again. So this thing could still be in play. I didn't chase the PR. I don't want to exhaust myself after already taking a loss here. But it looked like a nice daily chart, and it just didn't work for me on my timetable, so I ended up red on that one. FFIE is still fading off on fairly weak volume. Let me get zoomed in here. It looks like it wants to die. Earnings here after market close tomorrow. So I think Edge is probably after earnings. I have a feeling everybody's expecting the earnings to be terrible, but I'm not one to really guess earnings, so I will likely look for a trade on Wednesday morning on that one. BNED, here we go, Barnes & Noble, multi-day run, goes from sub 30 up to 130s, and we get a couple day pullback, and it held this low twice now. Here we go. Held this low right here in the 55-56 cent range. So if that level holds off the open, I think we could get a bounce back up here into the 80 to 90 range. So I'll be looking for a first green day bounce on that one, as well as MGOL fading off pretty hard here, but right at the support of this gap. This thing's gonna need some volume to bounce. Go to the daily. This thing is gonna need some volume if it wants to bounce, but this big gap down and then sort of these tighter range days, and then coming into this looking left level. If it breaks below, what is this, 55 cents, and then this low is 56s. So this thing breaks below 55. I'm not gonna fight this. I think that's dead, looking gap fill. But if this holds prior day's lows and this gap low, I think we could get a bounce here. Let's see what kind of anticipated range I would have on something like that. Yeah, probably up to these 90s. Prior support become resistance. Weak open, 55 hold, and then a 90-cent bounce. Needs volume and a PR maybe. ONMD, another big percent gainer the last few days. Nice multi-day run. Right here. Damn. Right here, nice multi-day run. A gap from 40 cents up to the 140s, and then the gap into prior day's range holds and squeezes everybody out again. So this thing is building pretty well. I'm not super sure I want to short this thing tomorrow. Ideally it would just go higher. Let me see here. Market open, morning spike, failed follow through. Yeah, 260s, I guess, kind of works. Sub 2 should fail. It's got room. It is kind of one of those extended charts. I just don't have super confidence in something like this, but it does kind of fit the chart pattern. I don't like the fading volume, so it wouldn't be like a full A+ setup here for me, but I'll keep an eye on it if we get some fail fall throughout the 260s, sub 2 for a pullback there, but ideally I'd like higher. And then Lucy was the other big percent gainer. Really nice move. No prior resistance here overhead. Has a history of some nice big runs in the past. And it traded almost 1 billion shares here on Friday. And a nice higher low trend. If weak opens hold, I think this thing squeezes out, but a big enough gap up. I'd be looking for a gap day 2 gap up short sell. So I think those would be my main watches there, about 3 or 4 of them. Sorry I had to do it on here. I'm not super smooth with it, but it gets the name across, gets the watch list across. I think it did the trick. And we'll be back to the DAS stuff I prefer tomorrow. So have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the room.